Hi, friends. So, if you ever have anyone leave your life, don't ever beg for them to stay in your life. Don't ever plead with them. I think it's good to tell them how you feel and how you want them to stay, but don't ever beg for anyone to be in your life, because a lot of times we have to understand that their time is up. Their time in our chapter is up sometimes, and you have to be able to trust God, and you have to be able to let them go. You have to just understand that they're not part of your destiny. Like, their time is up. Their purpose, that was the reason why they were in your life, their purpose has been complete and it's done. Maybe it's to get you to a certain chapter, and then that chapter started and you don't need them anymore, or they're not part of your story anymore. Because even the Scripture, which is so amazing and I love so much, and it guides you through life, tells us that if someone is part of your life, they would never leave you if they're meant to be part of your life. If they're part of your destiny, your purpose, and they're supposed to be with you towards the end, they would never leave your life. And I know it's so hard sometimes, and you just want them in your life, and the only thing you should be doing is ask God to protect your heart, make sure your heart's okay, because as humans, you don't know how like your flesh is going to behave. You don't know how you might start getting chest pain. You might feel physically, ill. So just ask God to protect your heart. Always protect your heart and help you be okay. That's why I always ask for, please God, just guard my heart, help me be okay with every situation that you're in. But don't ever convince someone, beg someone to stay in your life, because their time is up. That's why they left. Whether you left or they left, whether it's friends, family, relationship, it doesn't matter what it is. If they're out of your life, that means their time has come to get out of your life. So, and it even says it in the Scripture. And I'm going to give you an example of that story time. So if we look at 1 John 2 verse 19, it says, they went out of us, but they did not belong to us. For if they had belonged to us, they would have remained with us. See, they went out of us, but they did not belong to us. They did not belong with our life in our life long term. They didn't belong as part of our purpose. They're not part of our purpose. They're not part of our destiny. But they did not belong to us. For if they had belonged to us, they would have remained with us. So if they were supposed to be with you and be part of your destiny, they would have stayed. Nothing can break you apart. Nothing. It doesn't matter what it is. Nothing will break you guys apart. Nothing. But they showed that none of them belonged to us. Wow, that's so amazing. It says that in the Scripture. In the Scripture, it's telling you that if someone leaves your life and they want to leave your life, let them go. It's hard, but just accept it. Take some time, but understand you have to trust God. You have to ask God to give you peace and to guard your heart, protect your heart. But you have to understand that they did not belong to us. That's why they left. They don't belong part of your destiny. They're not part of your destiny. They were there maybe to get you to a certain chapter. Nothing in this world happens for no reason. Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. It's so amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So again, that's 1 John 2 verses 19. I'm going to read it again. It says, they went out of us, but they did not belong to us. For if they had belonged to us, they would have remained with us. But their going showed that none of them belonged to us. The fact that they left and they're out of your life, or they want to leave your life, shows that they're not part of your destiny. That's how you have to just trust God and say, I know, Lord, you said, lean not to your own understanding. That's what the Scripture also says. Lean not to your own understanding. I love that Scripture. That helps me with so many things that I don't understand, that we're not supposed to understand why things happen, doesn't happen. You're supposed to just trust God and His plans for us, right? It says, lean not to your own understanding. I know, Lord, you said, lean not to your own understanding. Please help me. help my flesh be okay. Give me peace. Let my flesh not be so heartbroken. Let me be able to handle this. I know I can do all things with Christ that strengthens me. That's the scripture too. Like everything just matches to our day to day that we go through. It's so amazing how like the scripture has answers to everything. I just love it so much. I love it so much, guys. So yeah, so let's read that here. I mean, it's even is saying it in the Bible, guys. Wow. Right there. And the yellow. And the perfect example of this in the Bible is in the book about Ruth. Ruth, Oprah, and Naomi. Yeah, Naomi. So if you look at Ruth 1, verses 14, so this is the part where their husbands died. Ruth and Oprah, it's called, I think her name's Oprah. Her husband died, right? And Naomi said, let me read it exactly. It says, after the death of her husband, Oprah and her sister-in-law Ruth wished to go to Judah with Naomi. However, Naomi tried to convince them both to return back to their people, and she tried to convince them to return to their gods. Ruth, who was destined to be with her, stayed with Naomi. She stayed with her. And Oprah, I think her name's Oprah, she left Ruth, right? She left Ruth. She left Naomi. And it shows you that Oprah, her time was up. She wasn't part of their destiny anymore. But Ruth was part of Naomi's destiny. She stayed with her. She couldn't leave her. It's like you have this a good bond, not anything that seems demonic, but like a good attachment, a good bond, a good connection where you're like, no, I can't leave this person. I have to be able to support them or care for them, because Naomi was older, so she probably felt obligated, like it was her responsibility. But I love how like Ruth did not leave her side. You know, she did not leave her side. She said, no, I'm going to go with you. But Oprah, she left. She said, okay, I'm leaving. She left because her destiny, her time was up. It was time. Her time and their chapter was up. So if someone ever leaves your life, don't ever feel, you're going to feel sad about it, but don't ever beg them to stay. Let them walk away because their time is up. Their chapter in your life is up. That's all it means. And you have to just trust God, dust your shoulders off and just move on to the next chapter and just ask God to heal your heart and help you be okay and give you peace. All right. Bye, friends.